16 minutes past 8.
Now, we're going to be marking a very special birthday now and a milestone that parents Jade and Steve were afraid they'd never get to celebrate.
Because on this day, last year, their twin babies, Harry and Harley, were born. They were just 22 weeks and 5 days into the pregnancy. They arrived so early that doctors told Mum and Dad to expect the worst. But they went on to defy all the odds, and today they're believed to be the most premature twins to survive in the UK. Fiona Lambden has been to meet them.
Harley and Harry Crane, born at 22 weeks and 5 days, the UK's most premature twins. They were so tiny, they nearly didn't make it.
Hello?
I had a suspicion that I was potentially leaking fluid, and I went into the hospital just for a check, just to see what was going on. And they said that I was in what's called preterm labour, so I was going to be delivering imminently.
I think
the language was
was
this doesn't happen, they're not viable, they won't survive, this is a miscarriage, this will be quick, let's just get it over with.
Harley was the first twin to be born.
I remember saying to one of the nurses, I can't hear her cry, and she said, you won't at this gestation. And I thought, oh. And then at that moment she went, ah!
It was almost like a defiant
as if
answer.
To say, yes, I can.
And I jumped up because I knew then that there was sign of life, so you know, a responsibility to try and save them.
They brought her over to me to have a quick look at her. She was so tiny. I don't think anything can prepare you to see a baby so small. You know, perfectly formed, but just tiny.
Harry was born an hour later. They were both put onto ventilators and rushed into the neonatal intensive care unit, where they spent the next 5 months. No one expected them to survive.
You had to say goodbye so many times to your babies.
We were advised if you want a christening, it's probably best to do it now. So we did that when they were 2 weeks old, because we thought we were going to lose at least one of them. It was horrendous.
Horrific. The first few weeks, it was literally by the hour, wasn't it? It was literally things would change by the hour.
And after 5 months, in March, they were finally allowed home. And just look at them now. As they get ready to celebrate their first birthday, the twins have caught up and are already at the expected weight of a 1-year-old.
So just to give you a sense of scale, this was the size when they were born. They were 1 pound and 25 centimetres, which is now the length of Harry's leg.
They've got a long list of things that were wrong with them at this stage where they are. We're really happy with where they are. Who knows what's around the corner for them? Trying to remember where they've come from, and if it was a hand of cards I'd fold now, I'm happy, you know. So yeah, blessed.
It's like winning the lottery for me, and I know it is for you. I couldn't want any more in life. This is it. This is as good as it gets, you know. You can't get any better than this. They've made our life complete. You know, happy endings do happen. Miracles happen. This is absolute proof.
Fiona Lambden, BBC News.
Look at that. What a lovely
Such a smile. Amazing.
What a special day. And we are delighted to tell you, as you might be able to hear, that Jade and Steve are here in the studio with their birthday babies. Good morning. Happy birthday,
you two. Good morning.
What a lovely sight. Harry and Harley in the house, and also joining us this morning, their doctor, Chantel Tomlinson, joins us from Nottingham as well. Hi, Chantel. We'll talk to you in a moment. Big smile from you two, but we've got to start with the family first. I mean, 1 year on from that day, how are you feeling this morning? How do you deal with this birthday?
Wow, we're just on top of the world, really. This is as good as it gets for us. You know, this is it. You know, 1 year old. They're just, yeah, they're doing amazingly.
They're doing so well. You must be so proud.
Super proud.
Do you feel a sense of relief? I mean, you were in intensive care for 5 months with your lovely children.
Yeah, I mean, we don't miss those days, you know. We're happy to look to the future. Oh, Harry.
A chaperone is coming in.
You know, I'm not surprised. The lights in here are actually really bright.
Harry's like, hang on, why aren't you asking me? I want to have my say.
You know what? He's immediately chilled out. The moment he's off camera, he's like, oh, it's much better, much darker over there.
They're good. We'll bring him back in if he wants to come back in a moment. Meanwhile, Harley is here and is demolishing a handkerchief.
She is.
But you can have what you like. We might have another treat for you in a minute as well. Bit of a surprise.
Wow.
But yeah, you were saying that you kind of can't believe.
No, it's very surreal, you know, the journey that we've been on, and to be here today is just, like I say, it couldn't be any better for us.
She looks unbelievable. I mean, you would not, but she looks like, you know, like a really well, a really well 1-year-old baby. I mean, she looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But you guys, you know, you had such an ordeal, didn't you? I mean, even before the twins were born. I mean, it's been such a long journey for you.
Yeah, 11 years of, you know, IVF, and so it was a shock when I went into labour at 22 weeks. I thought, we haven't come this far to just come this far, you know. And thank God, they're just little fighters. They've shown their strength from day one, you know.
Yeah.
Haven't you, baby?
Steve, I bet sometimes in a quiet moment you see them in their cots and you just have to pinch yourself.
I think only recently we're sort of letting ourselves go and start to think about further than the next day.
The future.
You know, this doesn't happen, and we're so aware that we're blessed, and you know, this is something which isn't every day. So yeah, now just starting to think about future and holidays and days out and doing all the things that I want to do that I can take.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do with them?
Take them to see Liverpool Football Club as soon as possible, so that they don't support Nottingham Forest.
Just lost the support of half the studio there,
okay.
Steve.
Yeah, no, I'm in Manchester, but just enjoy and be with them. And as you say, I find myself crying at times and try not to remember, although try not to remember this time last year and what we went through, and just focus on now and look at them now and enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And your doctor was with you the whole time. Yeah, we've got her in the screen with us now. Dr. Tomlinson, how do you feel seeing them now? I mean, did you, you know, this must sort of fill you with joy. It's been such a journey for this family.
Yeah, joy is the word. Thank you. I mean, as you can see, they're just incredible little guys, aren't they? And I think, you know, that whole journey, definitely, as Jade and Steve have already told you for themselves, it hasn't been joyous the whole time. And for too many families that we have to look after in intensive care here in Nottingham, but in the rest of the country, you know, there isn't a happy ending. And we go through those journeys too. But this ending is just, as you can see, you know, Jade and Steve have settled into being parents so beautifully. And these twins, just Harley and Harry, face every challenge. And they have challenges, and they will have challenges along the way, but they're amazing, aren't they? And they're just, it's a real privilege to have supported the family this far with our whole team, and to see them in clinic and see how they just continue to blossom.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that your first clinic appointment with Harry and Harley is a real high point, or was a real high point for you. Why was that?
Yeah, it's a really wonderful privilege, actually, when you're training in neonatology, and for lots of our nurses and lots of the other teams that work so hard during their hospital stay, you don't necessarily get that link of having them come back. And so when you're looking after them, you know, as their consultant, and they come back to clinic, it's just wonderful to see them come in. And I remember Jade and Steve wheeling their enormous double pram back into the room. You get all the chairs out the way, you know, it's just fabulous to see them living their life and enjoying their babies and making the absolute best of all of the peaks and the challenges that Harry and Harley face. And it's an absolute privilege to share in that.
Just watching these pictures, Chantal, of the progress they've made in those first few months, it's wonderful to see them thriving and growing and looking more and more healthy. See the smile on your face as you see those this morning. What does the future hold for them? What conversations have you had with Mum and Dad?
We've had had probably lots of conversations that, you know, I think we'd all put our hands on our heart and say we'd never like to revisit, and we have too many of those in neonatal units. Those are tough days. But actually, a lot of our conversations now are around what's going really well, what can we do more of, what's going fantastically, you know, where are they really blooming, and where are they facing some challenges, where can we identify some additional support or help them. And I'm by no means the only person that continues to see them. I wouldn't want to start to name all the teams involved with Harry and Harley, because I'd forget some, and that'd be awful. But, you know, Jade and Steve know far better than I just how much follow-up they have and how much support. So really we're here just to try and identify now, and I'll look after them until they're at least 2. Where can we offer them the very best support to make the very best of who they are?
Dr. Chantal Tomlinson in Nottingham, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
We'll send you something through the post, but I'm afraid we've got a party to crack on with here. Because Laura, who's our floor manager this morning, has got a little surprise for you. If you'd like to come in, Laura. We need to...
Happy birthday.
Oh, Laura, a birthday neat.
Oh, thank you so much.
A cake.
Go.
Wow.
And we've also got you this as well. We've made you this.
Amazing.
A little birthday card for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you going to celebrate today?
Well, we're going to go on telly. and we're going to have a party later on.
Yeah,
we've got some family and friends and relatives coming round, and they're going to smash their first cake up. Yeah. Not that one, I didn't say that. Because it's too nice. I bought some cheap ones. But yeah, just every day's their birthday. I know it sounds corny, but every day's a celebration. But today's going to be a special one.
I can't get over how well they look, how big they look. I mean, it's just remarkable, given that they were, you know, basically about a pound each when they were born. Yeah. Thinking and looking at them now, it's remarkable. And they made a big jump, didn't they, when they came off the oxygen?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And that was a big step for us. You know, coming home with premature babies is difficult anyway, and you're nervous, letting go of the support that you've had, and such fantastic support. Well, I have to say, Chantal and the team have been instrumental in them being here today. But coming home on oxygen was nervy, but they just batted away everything that's been in front of them.
Yeah.
Fantastic to see. Having eaten a handkerchief earlier, Harley is now eating Steve's microphone. Yeah. Getting her iron supplements for the day. That's
should probably take that out. Yeah.
Have they got amazing appetite?
Yes. They sleep well and they eat well.
As well as microphones.
Yeah.
Yes.
They definitely like their food. So we're winning really with that. So
20 times their birth
20
weight.
times their birth weight, which is incredible.
In a year, so
incredible.
So they need to slow down a bit. Maybe she does anyway.
Well, we've got some cake to increase it.
We're working on that, Chantal.
We'll work on that and cut down on the Big Macs. But yeah,
all so much for coming in.
Thank you.
It is wonderful to see. I remember doing the programme the morning we showed the first pictures, saying there were these babies in Nottingham and that they'd been born and they seem to be doing okay. So to see you here with them today is just fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us, and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's time now for us to eat cake and for you to get the news, the travel and the weather where you are. We'll see you in a moment.